Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a Tuesday, May 28th edition of Established Run's NBA Injury Analysis Show. I am Mark Dankenbring. Happy to be back in the chair here today after a nice long vacation. And so fun to be back here talking ball with Mike Gallagher. We have game 4 on tap tonight of Dallas Mavericks at Minnesota Timberwolves. Last night, Boston Celtics took care of business, so we might have a couple short series here and some time off as well for both of us, Mike. But how you doing today? How are you enjoying this series, and what are your thoughts on tonight's game in general?
Yeah, doing okay. I'm at not at my house. I don't have the Haleakala background in Maui that I usually have. I should have wore green today, as I have a green screen. I can never wear green. So I thought about wearing, but we're doing good. Yeah, I just had to fork over a ton of money for a new AC unit at my house, which is not fun. But you live in Arizona, you got to have air conditioning. So, but yeah, I'm pretty excited. Nice win from the Celtics last night. Pretty much on easy street here. Kind of want to. I want the Wolves to win, man. I don't want to have no basketball for a week. Can't have it. So rooting for the Wolves as usual. But yeah, excited to break this down from an injury standpoint.
Sweet. Yeah, and just with one game, we do have some injuries to discuss, especially on the Mavs side. So let's get right into it here. We will start with Minnesota, though. Mike Conley is still listed questionable with that right soleus strain. He's played every game in the series, so not expecting anything different tonight. But any insight here on Conley? Any chance of a limitation, or is this just kind of a fake questionable tag and no worries tonight on Conley?
Mostly fake. Would note he did go to the locker room in the last game. Came back pretty much normal time, so keep an eye on that. Like we said, we saw last time it was do or die. They had to up him to 39 minutes. I think there was some bit of a consequence from that. How he's played recently, his play hasn't been as sharp overall. But yeah, we saw that defensive matchup change. We saw him guard Kyrie, and as Chris Finch noted, we talked about this on the podcast with Think and me that it wasn't to kind of take Ant off; it was to make Ant more of a helper as the low man in the pick and roll coverages, which didn't work. Yes, you get size, but man, Ant was just out of position. He left so many guys open from over rotation or under rotation. So we'll see if that goes back. But from an injury standpoint, should be good to go. Cat, questionable with the ego parentheses. I mean, he's playing horrible ball right now. We took a Nas Reed under, so we're basically betting on Cat not to repeat. If Cat plays like he did, our Nas bet's dead for the under 13.5.
For sure, yeah, and tough series so far for Cat after that Western matchup against the Nuggets the last series. So maybe he can round into form tonight and send this series back to Minnesota for game 5. But let's switch over to the Mavs side, where we have the potential return of Maxi Kleber tonight. He has been reported by Mark Stein that it's likely that he is going to play. So we have him in projections now. And then also along with that, Derek Lively is listed doubtful with that neck sprain he suffered in game 3. So we have Maxi Kleber coming back, Derek Lively out of the lineup. And obviously against this big Timberwolves team, you need some size in the front court. So I'm curious your thoughts here on how you expect the Mavs to deploy Kleber. Do you think he'll play full center? Do you expect to see any Dwight Powell? Kind of what are you thinking about the potential return of Maxi Kleber and the absence of Derek Lively tonight?
Yeah, let's just go through timeline on Maxi Kleber. On May 5th, they announced that he would be out for 3 weeks with a shoulder issue. So he pretty much returned shortly after that. May 17th was when we first started having visual evidence of him trending up, getting his quote unquote first activity there. So was on a treadmill on May 20th, and then was more active according to reports on Monday. So yeah, he did a shoot around interview. He said it's going to be quote not ideal for him to play, and he's kind of going in raw dog. Doesn't really have the flow. He says it's going to be hard to adjust without having a lot of practice with the team. So going to be limited. I think they're just going to kind of squeeze him in for 15 to something like that. He's just can't play full. For him to say it's not ideal, but going to go out there, warm up, see how he feels. He says his shot feels good. Again, going to have a big sleeve on his arm here. So again, not 100%. Certainly some risk. I think if he starts poorly, it could be cut in pretty badly. And obviously that would be great news for Daniel Gafford, who was, had a huge block, the big alley-oop on Gobert, played pretty well overall. So, but yeah, I think, and then I think Dwight Powell will play, probably sneak in if Kleber's great and humming, maybe he doesn't play because I think they're going to be okay playing small. Kleber would probably guard Cat. I think they'd be okay with a PJ Kleba front court there. I think that's enough size with Gobert not having like a post presence as well. So yeah, Kleba's in with limitations. More Gafford for sure. Probably seeing Dwight Powell for a little bit, and then PJ could maybe lose a little bit of ceiling. We've seen him play 40s somewhat consistently, like hitting upper 30s and all that. So yeah, Gafford doesn't have Gafford's ceiling would have been insane if Kleba didn't play today.
Yeah, definitely could be mega Gafford game. We've seen Jason Kidd a little reluctant to turn to Dwight Powell in this playoffs, but they were playing the Clippers and the Thunder in the first two series. Obviously, smaller matchups they can get away with playing Washington more at the 5. So I'm interested to see if Kleba does struggle. You mentioned that he'll probably be wearing a sleeve. It is a right shoulder strain for him as a right-handed shooter, getting that ball above the head and being accurate and consistent could be a challenge for him right away. So if he's not performing, it's always tough for these injured players to return mid-series and pick up where they left off, as you alluded to. So be interested to see how that goes tonight. I think Gafford does have a massive ceiling. He can avoid foul trouble and play well. He could very well get into the low 30s, mid 30s minutes, I think, depending on how this game goes.
Yeah, and should also note that Luka got a Q tag today. That was interesting, I guess. I don't really know if there's anything to it, but he's obviously going to go. But from a guy who was getting, I think he got a P once, but he got a Q last time. So just wanted to note that he's going to be fine, obviously. And then rotation changed. Tim Hardaway Jr. dead, went completely away. After the game, Jason Kidd said Jaden Hardy stepped up for a player who's not playing well. Obviously, he's talking about Tim Hardaway Jr. So, yeah, and Hardy's been really good. Like defensively, he's not screwing around. He's making the right plays, shooting the ball okay. Had some really nice passes. Not so much last game, but a couple games ago, he's been playing well. So yeah, mostly Kleba install. Maybe that takes a little bit off Josh Green's minutes as well. He's been, I would say, struggling when he is guarding Anthony Edwards. So Josh Green could get cut into a little bit as well.
Sounds good. All right. Well, if this series extends, we will be back here on Thursday to dissect Game 5. But that will be it for today's edition of Established to Run's NBA Injury Analysis Show. As always, we ask for your support in promoting this free content by liking the video and subscribing to our YouTube channel. I was very, very excited to see we crossed the 5,000 subscriber threshold after coming back from vacation. So that was great. Shout out to all you guys for subscribing and supporting us. It really does mean a lot and helps us keep this content free and the information flowing. So really do appreciate that. I know Mike and Drew recorded a podcast yesterday. That's probably up on the feed, and I'm excited to listen to that right as we get off here. Great analysis as always. And then Drew and Mike will be, if you have interest in getting access to our behind the paywall content, you can head to establishedtorun.com/subscribe-NBA to get access to all of our packages there. Mike and Drew are breaking down each showdown slate and the best ways possible. Drew's DFS game theory and mixed with his player knowledge, and then Mike's rotation takes and his player knowledge as well. Really provide a comprehensive, I think you guys went 50 minutes yesterday on the showdown slate. So it really is amazing knowledge out there. If you guys are looking for more NBA content, be sure to subscribe to that. It's just an amazing wealth of knowledge provided every day from you two. So excited to listen to that later. Yeah. And Drew's been crushing in the showdown streets as well. So fun to see all that time and energy come to fruition for him, and hopefully for all you guys out there as well, if you join in. But yeah, good luck. Enjoy Game 4 tonight. And we'll potentially be back Thursday. If not, we'll see you guys in a week. So thanks, and see you guys soon. Enjoy Game 4. Peace out.